This is it, guys. Last few days before Apple's upcoming iPhone 12 event. Let's share this moment after over a year of leaks. We've been waiting for that boxy design to come back for quite some time with a massive leaks dump. So all the specs, everything that we didn't know, and a lot of key differences between the models, which we didn't know existed, have been revealed with a full press event leak and iPhone 13 details, some of the first, as well as the iPhone SE 3 and a bunch of other Apple products and release dates. Lots to talk about. Now, also in the span of the last year, we've been hard at work on a Phone Rebel Gen 2. I'm super proud of this one. We love the design, and I truly think it will be the best iPhone case for the best iPhone ever made. No release date yet, no pre-orders. We're just gonna drop them when we have them, so we don't have a disaster like last time. Anyways, thank you for supporting everyone that purchased Gen 1. Every dollar went into Gen 2, and we hope to only keep improving. Magnet mounts are coming and more. Also, we are running the first ever 20% off promo on Gen 1. Limited time, if you guys want to grab that, down below. And here are the winners for the 5 AirPods Pro giveaway. We will be doing another iPhone 12 one, so stay tuned. Let's get into those leaks. Sorry, a little bit behind here. Of course, Apple has announced the iPhone 12 event happening on the 13th. And in the promo image, potentially hinting at the new navy blue color for the iPhone 12 or AirTags, that small little circle in the center. The official tagline is high speed. This is probably referring to 5G capability, as well as the new 5nm A14 processor, which of course will be a legend. Now, the first Geekbench from the iPad Air 4 sporting that processor has been published, and it shows about a 18% improvement in single and multi-core scores over the iPhone 11 series, 44% over the iPhone XS series, and 75% over the iPhone X. Now, there's been a massive leak regarding the entire iPhone 12 lineup. Essentially, the event itself has been transcribed, all the features and specs, differences between models in one place. I'm gonna go through that with you real quick. This has been published by a Weibo leaker, Kang, who has proven to be reliable in the past, and transcribed by a different Twitter leaker. Starting with the iPhone 12 5.4-inch model, there is some info here that is contradicting, by the way, to what we've heard in the past. It'll start at $699, so a bit more expensive than what Prosser reported, and there will be 5 colors, which are different from what we heard before. That would be black, white, red, blue, and green. So the orange color and the new shade of violet, which has been reported, will not be happening. Same thing for the iPhone 12 6.1-inch model. Same colors, 5 colors, and starting price of $799. Moving on to the iPhone 12 Pro 6.1-inch, there are 4 colors here. So one does include the new blue color. There's gold, silver, and graphite. This possibly is just transcribed wrong. It could be space gray. And the iPhone 12 Pro Max 6.7-inch will start at $1,099, as reported earlier, same colors as the 6.1-inch model. And this leaker reports that there will be no earpods or a power block in the box. So those will be sold separately. No surprise after Apple Watch Series 6. And Ben Geskin reports on the sizing of the box. It'll actually be smaller than we thought, just a little bit larger than the actual shape of the iPhone and about the thickness of 2 fingers. And some good news regarding 5G for US residents. Kang says that 5G millimeter wave will be standard for iPhones sold in America. Unclear outside of America if it'll be a box to tick or if you'll even get millimeter wave, but here in America, you'll get both types of 5G. And he also reports on a new 5G feature called Smart Data Mode. So depending on what you're doing with your smartphone, if you're downloading something heavy, depending on how much throughput you need, your iPhone will automatically change between 4G and 5G networks in order to save battery life. Regarding storage, the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12 standard will start at 64 gigabytes, go up to 128, and max out at 256. The 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max will keep the current capacities, starting at 128, going up to 256, and ending at 512. And some details regarding the displays. They will be called Super Retina XDRs, as we knew earlier, and the drop resistance is going up. So Apple is now calling it Ceramic Shield. They're using a new material called Ceramic Substrate, which raises the drop resistance and also raises the scratch resistance, which has been a problem for many iPhone owners on the 11 Pro and below. Hopefully this is the most durable smartphone glass ever, even beating out Gorilla Glass 7 Victus. And Kang shares various camera details. Surprisingly, the 6.1 Pro is quite different from the 6.7 Pro. They're using different sensors here. So 4 times optical zoom on the 6.1 Pro, 5 times optical zoom on the 6.7-inch Pro. That's very surprising actually. Also, the ultra-wide is now using a 7-piece plastic element lens, which we heard about earlier, and the aperture is going down to 1.6 on the telephoto lens. And the biggest difference between the cameras on the 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max, Kang reports that the sensors will be 47% larger on the 12 Pro Max. That overall camera size is huge. Makes sense. Max Weinbach is also reporting that the 12 Pro Max will have an exclusive Sony sensor, the IMX557. This is just for the standard wide lens. Ultra-wide and telephoto will be shared. Kang also reports that Deep Fusion, Smart HDR, and night modes have all been improved, and the iPhone 12 Pro series will now be capable of recording Dolby Vision. It's basically a proprietary HDR codec directly from the iPhone. Moving on, wireless charging is getting an official name as Apple is upgrading it to 15 watts. It's now going to be called MagSafe. I think appropriate considering there are now magnets, a ring of magnets built into the iPhone 12 lineup, so they'll lock onto the wireless chargers. Also, 2 new wireless chargers shipping with these iPhone 12s. There's a standard MagSafe charger and a MagSafe Duo. Unclear how close in resemblance this will be to AirPower, but Apple is releasing 2 new wireless chargers. Elsewhere, Twitter leaker Komiya mentions that internally, Apple has succeeded getting reverse wireless charging working with AirPods. You can even set the percentage amount you want to transfer to the AirPods. Unclear if it's happening on the iPhone 12 or future iPhones. Now, as for the release dates, they're really all over the place here. Apple will be announcing all the iPhones on October 13th, and availability, depending on which model you have, will be different. First models, as per John Prosser, to be available will be the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro 6.1-inch variants, and those will be available to order on October 16th, launching on October 23rd. The iPhone 12 mini available on November 6th, launching on November 13th, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max available to order on November 13th, launching on November 20th. And lastly, Kang reports that HomePod mini will be announced at this event. It'll be a 3.3-inch tiny little speaker with an Apple S5 chip. Previously, Max Weinbach reported on an S3 happening in AirPods Studio. Possibly could be the same one, different names. And the HomePod mini price will be $99. Now, Love to Dream did say that HomePod 2 will not be happening, only HomePod mini launching at this event. And elsewhere, Apple Rumors Leaks has a different description for HomePod mini, so definitely contradicting details here. One of them's wrong, both of them are wrong. And according to Prosser, some sad news here, AirTags will not be announced at this event. They're being pushed back to March of 2021. And also according to Prosser, AirPods Studio over-ear headphones will not be announced at this event. 3 different sources are telling him that they have been postponed. They're entering production on the 20th, so timing here is off. It's possible that Apple could drop them via a press release later in October, November, but do not expect them at this event. Another shocker is that AirPods Studio, the $350 version, was actually the sport version. The version that was shared with us via the leak was actually the leather or premium version, and those will start at an eye-popping $599. And reliable Twitter leaker Ice Universe has shared the first design detail of the iPhone 13, sharing with us a smaller notch, not horizontally, but vertically, about half the size of the current notch. Potentially some internal knowledge here. Apple will not be doing away with the notch after all on the iPhone 13, but combining a smaller notch with a 120 Hz display, LTPO technology, according to Ross Young. So he actually detailed the iPhone 13 lineup, what we can expect. We're going to be seeing the same sizing of devices for the iPhone 13 lineup. The iPhone SE3, potentially SE Plus, will go to 6.1 inches, and it's getting Touch ID. But otherwise, the iPhone 13 lineup will be pretty similar. Biggest difference will be the 120 Hz display. Of course, Apple will make it happen next year, not this year, but it's definitely something to look forward to. And Ross Young mentions another major change to the iPhone 13 lineup is that the iPhone 13 base models will be getting the same sensor sizes for a camera as the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max will be getting even bigger camera sizes. Apple is certainly not letting back here on the camera upgrades. And an update on the status of in-screen Touch ID, Max Weinbach reports that internally, Apple is testing this feature and it'll work on the lower half of an iPhone display. So while swiping up to unlock your iPhone, then is when it'll scan your finger. It will not work with the screen off, and they don't have this tech in an iPhone-sized enclosure yet. So the future of an all-screen iPhone is still actually quite some time away. And recently, Apple has been filing some patents for hiding sensors beneath the display. They're definitely working on that tech. It's coming, but We'll start with the iPhone 12. And that's everything on the iPhone 12 event. Let's see how close we got next week. Remember, we are doing 20% off on our cases, limited time. Use promo code PIONEER20. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting. Peace.